So controlling other people to get what you need and want isn't always a bad thing. And here, I'm gonna tell you how to use your controlling powers for good and not evil. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Neil Winter with Matterhorn Business Development. I'm flying solo here today. I wanna follow up with a video that we shot recently where my dad, Dr. Winter, was talking about getting help from people and asking for help from people. And I mentioned in that video how I use that to get people to do what I want them to do. What I mean by that is I mind control them. No, not really mind control, but I do get people to do things for me based off of a couple of simple tricks that actually make them want to help you and willingly help you. This is not some sleazy salesman stuff. This is not mind control. This is not tricking people. This is actually enlisting somebody's genuine help to assist you with what it is that you need. Now, how you do this is when you need something in particular and you're running into roadblocks or you're getting stopped somewhere, you have to find a person who is willing to help you, okay? People exist to help other people. That is really why we are here and what we're doing. We're always helping somebody. That's what makes us the happiest in life. So as an example, not long ago, I was at the San Francisco airport, which is just totally crowded. I'm at the rental car area and the rental car line for Avis that I was at was literally over an hour long. Me and my wife were in line for over an hour. And there was probably 4 or 5 people at the counter that were helping people. And I was like, man, this is taking forever. So what I did was I observed who was the fastest and easiest to work with of the people at the counter. And I just simply waited until it was our next turn in line. And when that person I wanted to see was not available, I told the people behind us to go ahead. I said, you know what, why don't you go? And they were like, oh, are you sure? I'm like, that's fine, don't worry about it. They went ahead, we went in line. I went up to that person, I said, man, I really hope you can help us today because we have been in line for over an hour. We gotta get to my wife's dad's place, which is over an hour from here. We're already late. And they said, I'm gonna make sure you get out of here as quickly as possible. And sure enough, in a matter of minutes, we were already on the way to getting our car while everybody else was still there, including the people I let go in front of me. They were still there and they got tied up. So what I look for is I look for people who genuinely want to help you. I do this all the time. Whenever I am somewhere and I need help, I just say, listen, can you help me with something? This and this happened and I don't know what to do and I just need somebody to help sort it out for me, et cetera, et cetera. And you will always find somebody who's willing to help. Now, if you find somebody in your own job, a sales prospect, a customer, somebody who's unwilling to help, that person does not belong there. You do not want to sell them anything. You do not want to hire them. You don't want to do anything with that person because they will always make a stop somewhere where a stop doesn't need to be. Another example is I worked with somebody. I was at a company I was working at, and this person ran a certain department, and my job required me to work with them on certain projects. And so I'd come to them and I'd say, hey, I got this idea. We should do this. And they'd go, no, we can't do that. I go, okay, but what if we did this? Nope, we can't. The ink and the printing is too expensive and it's not worth it. And we have to do it this way. And I'd go, no. What if we do this? And I always got nothing but stops from this person. So finally, I stopped dealing with them entirely and I went to the person above them. And I said, hey, I got this idea. Can we do this? And they go, yeah, absolutely. Done. Problem solved, right? Because you always want to find somebody who wants to help forward progress and forward motion. And this is a way to help you even when you're in sales. Another way of using this is, can you help me? In sales, is that I used to get people who would always ask me for crazy discounts and things that you can't approve, you can't offer, you can't do. Now, some people do that and they're just kind of jerks about it and I just let them go. But people that I had a really good relationship with, that I liked, that we got along, I'd say, listen, you gotta help me with something here. And they'd go, what's that? I go, listen, if I go back and I talk to my boss and I tell him that I let you pay X amount for this, like, what am I supposed to do? I'm gonna look like an idiot. I can't do that. This is the only price that I can do. And if I come back and I go to him, like, it's on me, you know? And they're like, oh, well, I don't want to do that to you. And I'm like, I know, I just need you to help me here, okay? Listen, pay this price, but what I will do for you is X, Y, and Z, okay? I can't go back and do this. I need you to help me. And you actually get them to buy from you for helping you, right? That's how you can do this, is that people want to help and work with others. And you will find this works in many different ways. It's just simply asking somebody like, listen, can you help me with this? Or can you help me with that? You always look for people who are the most in motion or the most in action or the most people that are willing to work for you will always help you go an extra mile, right? Recently, I had to go down to the courthouse and pick up a copy of some documents. The first person I met with didn't really want to help me. They said, oh no, you just go online and you do this and you can find it there and it's cheaper. And I said, oh, listen, I totally understand, but I tried doing that and it didn't really work. And they said, well, I don't know what to tell you or whatever. And I said, okay, you know what, I understand. I left, went online, it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. So I went back and I made sure I actually talked to a different person. That person was there, but I went up to the person next to him. I said, hey, listen, could you help me with something really fast? I'm trying to get this thing printed. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm an idiot, but I can't get it to work online. And the lady goes, oh, nobody can. Listen, it's just easier if I print it for you from here. What's your name? I got everything I needed in 30 seconds. And it was right next to the other person, Mr. Stopper. And it's just so easy if you find the right people to work with. It works for staffing. It works for a waiter or waitress at a restaurant. You always just say, listen, can you help me with something? I remember this one time I was at a restaurant. We had sat down for 25 minutes and it was super busy, but nobody had come to us. So what I did was I went to the most brightest looking server that was there. The person that was most in action, had a smile on her face. And I said, listen, I know this isn't your table, but could you really help me with something? I'm at that table right over there. Nobody's talking to us. That guy came up to us. He was super rude and now he hasn't come back. And within 30 seconds, I had 2 managers of the restaurant coming over, moving us to a better table, getting us free dessert and getting us a server that actually wanted to serve us. All by simply going to the brightest, happiest looking person I could. And I said, listen, could you help me with something? And they, sure enough, will help you out. So this is sort of how I control people. It's control used towards good. I always say I use my powers towards good, not evil, right? You can be a liar and you can schmooze people and try and get them to do stuff and give you money. I don't do that. I always try and get people to help me achieve my goal that they also want to achieve. And they feel good about helping you and you feel good about receiving help. I'm not lying to people to get them to do stuff for me. I'm just trying to actually get their assistance to get there. And when you ask people for help, you'd be surprised how many people actually will help you. So I hope you find this helpful. Get that? And we will see you next time.